Good evening, listeners. My name is Gabriela Acosta, and today I will be teaching you how to identify the garlic mustard plant and explain why it is considered an invasive species here in Wisconsin. So garlic mustard is considered an invasive species in Wisconsin due to its killing off of our native plants. And I'm going to give you some helpful ways to identify garlic mustard if you're out and about. So typically where you can find these plants is in forests and even on the sides of the road. It is possible to find them out in the sun, but this plant typically prefers to grow in areas with shade, and they are not a fan of acidic soils. So you'll first start to see the garlic mustard plant usually about the start of spring. They are typically the first plant to emerge during the season. And as far as appearance goes, they are a white flower with 4 petals, and they have little fruits on them known as calyx. And so this is what the top of the plant looks like. But if you look below the plant, you'll see a bunch of little leaves that kind of form a carpet underneath the plant. And these really can dominate the understory of the plant. Another way to identify garlic mustard is by its odor. So it does have a garlicky odor, as it says in its name. And to be able to smell that odor, you have to take one of the little carpet leaves that are on the bottom of the plant. You take it and then you crinkle it up in your hand, and then if you sniff your fingers, you can smell the garlicky type smell. One more way that you can identify this plant is if you rip it up from the ground and show its roots, and you'll notice that the root is in the shape of the letter S. So that's another way that you can identify the garlic mustard plant. Now, as I said before, they are an invasive species in Wisconsin because they do kill off our native plants. So research has found that native herbaceous plants, which are just our native plants here in Wisconsin, have decreased in areas that are with the garlic plant, with the garlic mustard plant. Now, how the garlic mustard plant kills off these native plants is they let off an antifungal chemical into the soil, and this disturbs the native plant's growth by stunting it, and it just stops it altogether, basically just killing it off. And that's pretty much the main reason why they are considered an invasive species, because of the killing off of the plants, our native plants here in Wisconsin. And yeah, that's the main reason that they're considered an invasive species. So now you'll be able to identify them, and you'll know why they are such a pain to our native plants. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a good evening.